Okay, now you can hear me probably. All right, TikTok, can you hear me too? I don't know what happened. Usually I open up my streaming software and my correct audio input is in. And the last two times I've opened it, I've had to go in and manually set it. So yeah, cool. I don't know why. I have no idea why. One second, guys. I literally just started streaming, so I'm gonna go over everything that's going on, and then we're gonna get into the good stuff. We have. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Look at this weather down here. Look at this weather down here in the south. Okay, we got some snow flying through the Rockies, falling into Denver right now. Okay, we got a lot going on. Yeah, we're gonna go over all this. Give me 1 second. Listen, the CEO of TikTok said he spoke with, and we're not getting political here, so no one give your political opinion. I don't care. All I care about is TikTok being saved. The CEO of TikTok posted that he spoke with Trump, and they have a plan to keep TikTok in the U.S. for years to come. And I know the PR team for TikTok would not have let him say that in a prepared statement if they expected TikTok to black out on the 19th. Because that would be really, really dumb of him, because he would piss off a lot of people. So I think things are looking good. Okay, we're getting started. 1 second, guys. I'm just thinking of it from a PR nightmare standpoint, and I just don't think he would have said that if he expected it to go black. You know, on the 19th. It would have been a really dumb statement, and we know that the TikTok CEO obviously is not that dumb a guy. All right. Get one of these. All right, we're getting started, I promise. I just wanted to get on because I'm late. Lots of work today. Lots of stuff going on in life, but you know, we're here. All right, I'm gonna go over everything, all the new updates, because there's a lot, and then we're gonna get to chat. So give me 1 second. All right, so what's new? What is new? What's happening? Let's look through it. First of all, the GFS, if you watched my video today, shifted north like I thought it would, like I said it would last stream. And I do think that the Euro will fall suit. I haven't looked at the Euro 18Z. The Euro 18Z still has it pretty far south. I still think we're going to get this shifting a little bit farther north. In the 00Z tonight. So, and this mid-Atlantic storm, interesting shift on the 18Z out a little bit more. Let's look at what our 12Z looked like. I just want to look over some of these runs that I may have missed before I got on. Okay, so the 18Z puts a little less snow into the mid-Atlantic. Still puts a decent amount. Yeah, 18Z still puts 3 to 4, 3 to 5, all the way up the coast. All the way up the coast. Okay. All right. Interesting. We can kind of see right here, if we go on a single image, compare, and we look at what our snowfall's looking like on each of these runs. So we can go like here. Here's your snowfall, latest Euro. Canadian. Okay, look what the Canadian does down here in the south, guys, with the latest runs. I don't think this is correct. The Canadian's overdoing it. Okay. Eric's, my Friday's going good. Sorry, guys, if I don't see chat right now, because, I like to update everything and then get into chat. My Friday's going good, though. It is. It's been busy. That's why I'm on late. IKEA, I appreciate you. Thank you, IKEA. Yeah, thank God it's Friday. So here's our Euro. Canadian Super Bowl. I mean, can you imagine if this up here happened with the Canadian? Can you guys imagine? But notice what the Canadian does. This is what it does. It's going crazy up here. It's going crazy down here, right? Here's our GFS, which is a blend between the Canadian and Euro, basically. See, it's basically a blend. Here's our icon. Our icon thinks basically no snow in the southeast, but again, this one doesn't matter. We have snow on all our globals except for basically the icon. So actually, I wasn't showing the Canadian. Yes, I was. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Now, I do want to show you really quick, just because this is the first system that's happening. There's a game this weekend. I do really want to quickly show you on our national blended models, which is the safest way to look at this. So really, we're going to go over everything here. Here's our national blend. Our national blend takes a lot of models into account, all the best runs. So let's go over this again. I'm just going to go over some of this, and then I'm going to get back to chat. We're going to start talking. I'm going to start taking as many questions as I can. National blended models. If you're in the blue areas, it looks really good for you because that's where there's the most model agreement. But even this dark area, I do still think we're going to get a little bit shift north in this snowstorm. Obviously, the consensus on West Virginia into Northern Virginia and up the Mid-Atlantic and New England coast is strong. All the snow is already falling out here. So that's how that's looking. I want to show you a few different things. Our probability of snowfall. We can look at our latest Euro 18Z. Probability of getting an inch or more of snowfall. This is a good map to look at. You know, you guys know I like to look at this. Here's our latest 18Z probability of snowfall. I mean, this is significant. This entire area here is looking at a 40 to 70% chance of snow, over an inch of accumulation. And that does include that 40 and up percent chance. Charlotte, potentially. Parts of upstate South Carolina, Atlanta, Birmingham, and then central to southern Mississippi. I mean, freaking, you got New Orleans in there, guys, with the 60-plus chance right now. 60% chance. That still means a 40% chance it doesn't happen, according to the European ensemble. Still have New Orleans in like a 60% chance of at least an inch of accumulation, which is wild. We'll have to see. Houston's down in there still at about 60 to 70% chance of accumulation, an inch or more. When we push it to the 3 inches or more, shockingly, we still have a big swab through Houston and Louisiana of about a 50% chance of 3 inches or more of accumulation based on the European ensemble. This is not, I would give this a lower percentage. And then you've got almost a 20 to 40% out here near the coast. But it still does. You can see, guys, why does this snow line go, why are these colors so far north for a chance to get 3 inches or more of accumulation? That means there are some runs of the Euro that put snow way far to the north. And those runs could be right. It could be right. But the runs that they think are right are the runs that put it right through here where you see your brighter colors. But those runs up there could be right as well. You can also see the odds up here for 3 inches or more based on the Euro are pretty good too. For portions of, Maryland up through Delaware, New Jersey, southeastern PA, and then up through New England, New York City included. So that's interesting. The GFS is going to be a lot more bullish on this. We can look at our GFS chances, 3 inches or more. I mean, the GFS wants to almost guarantee 3 inches or more up and down the coast here. So, they don't completely agree. You can look at the GFS for an inch or more. I mean, this is another very interesting thing. I mean, this isn't pretty. Guys, this is good. This is good agreement for 5 to 6 days out. Like look at that right there. Look at that right there. And then look at the Euro chance of an inch or more. Look at that. That's great. We didn't have this much agreement 48 hours out with our last little snow, with our snow system that moved through, the first snow system that moved through the east, not the last one, the southern one, but the one that clipped across here. 48 hours out, the Euro and the GFS didn't agree. This is a pretty good agreement here. I love seeing model consensus like this. And the Canadian is going wild. The Canadian is giving Charlotte, Atlanta, Birmingham, almost Dallas and Houston like a 70% chance up of seeing an inch or more of accumulation. We're not going to look at the Canadian right now because the Canadian's not that great of a model. But seeing the disagreement between the GFS and Euro is really good. Also, guys, and I talked about this in my video, we are expecting some significant lake effect for Western Michigan, Erie, very northeastern Ohio. I don't think that's going to include Cleveland. These are going to be westerly winds. They're not going to be northerly, meaning they're not going to be moving to the south, bringing that snow over Cleveland. They're going to be moving to the east, up towards Erie. Just in the south of, in the southern burbs of Buffalo. I do think Buffalo could actually get a lot from this, the actual city. And then, up towards Watertown. This is going to be very, very significant lake effect snow. And again, look at this. Some snow for you guys out there in western Kansas, Oklahoma, and northern Texas. So, all right. And you can see the models really agree on that lake effect snow. The only thing that I think might be wrong about this lake effect snow, sorry, I needed to pull that over, guys. The only thing I think might be wrong about this lake effect snow is these models aren't good at telling when the lake has frozen over. And I think some of these lakes are getting pretty frozen. And if they're frozen enough, the water's not going to, you're not going to have that condensation for the wind to pick up. So that may bring those totals down, but I don't think they're completely frozen over. So, well, they're never completely frozen over, but I still think there's enough liquid water there, not ice available. All right, let's get into, I'm going to start taking questions and everything. Let me just get back here. Let me take a sip of my drink, and then we're going to get started. I wanted to do a sub-only chat on TikTok before I started the stream, but I've had a long work day. I put 30 to 40 hours into this every day, and I put over 40 hours into my other job, so it's just a lot of work. And that other job took up my time. We're going to stick, I think, with the 12Z of the Euro net right now, just because the 18Z is not not a very great model. Obviously, it's not fresh data. Okay, we're going to get started here. IKEA, Yale, Gigi, Yale, go cross. I appreciate you guys. Let me see here. I think I'm at like 995 or 990 subs on YouTube, by the way. So if anyone wants to help me cross the 1,000 threshold so I can maybe monetize my YouTube if I get kicked off TikTok, I'd love you forever. I just noticed that when I was at the gym today. Okay. What are we looking at for Baltimore, Maryland? Yeah. So let's look at here. So I'll go to the Northeast really quickly here because I know there's a lot of people in this region up here that want to know what's going on here. So let's go down to surface, winter, and we'll get straight into what do we think our 5-day totals are going to be. So pushing through into, okay, so this is about 5 days out. So are we on our GFS or Euro right now? I should probably know that. Let's go into our Euro. Our Euro doesn't want crazy totals. This is our 18Z, but the 12Z is probably going to be a better model for us. So we'll move into the 12Z. Come on. There we go. So the Euro is being super, super, super cautious with this storm. I do think it's going to be the Euro's underestimating it maybe a tiny bit just because there's so much consensus over heavier snow through 4 different models. But this would be, what I'd expect your lowest to be, which is 2 to 3 inches up and down the coast here. Let me get out of that. Let's just get into yeah. So you can see 2 to 3 up and down the coast. We'll get into our 12Z. This is going to be your low end. I think even the national blend of models, which is a very conservative model, wants more snow than the Euro. That's why I think the Euro is probably underestimating it. This wants more of a 2 to 4 with isolated 5 inches on the national blend. No one really misses out of snow. Talking West Virginia up to the Northeast, North Virginia into Baltimore. I mean, you might miss out central to southern Virginia. So let me not go out that far. Let's just go into our Sunday storm. There you go. That's kind of what the national blend thinks, and I think the national blend's doing a good job. Let's see here. Let's entertain myself at 4 a.m. What's going on, sup? New icons loading? Good. We'll take a look at that. The East Storm has major differences in all the models. It's usual to see these models disagree around 4 days, hours out. Yeah. See this one exactly. Well, guys, none of these models saw this weird, almost like weak nor'easter happening until like 96 hours out. We didn't even see this on any models 150 plus hours out. Usually you'll see a detection of it or 120 hours out. This popped up out of nowhere. So I'm not surprised they're still disagreeing on this one, actually. You should promote your YouTube more and say that you have a better chance. I am able to read a lot more chats on my YouTube, not all of it. The streak, I appreciate you. I'm usually here on TikTok, but it's more chill on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Let me answer some people on TikTok here. Can we look at Monroe, PA? Brittany, Gigi, I appreciate you guys. Can we look at Monroe, PA? We were supposed to get hit a lot finally for Sunday. I live in PA. I just haven't lived here long enough to know where Monroe is. So I'm still pretty new. I'm still pretty new in PA. And right now, just because I'm trying to answer a lot of questions, I don't want to iron down on each individual local location. But I think this model's doing really good, our national blend. This is maybe going to be slightly conservative numbers, but based on what our Euro is showing, I think we need to be conservative with this. So again, 2 to 4 throughout this region is very likely. Throughout this region that I circled right here, 2 to 4 is very likely throughout this region. You know, I think on the high end, we'll see that shift up to 3 to 6. I think we could, yeah, that's probably the high end. But I don't believe the GFS with this whole, this 9 inches in the New York City type stuff. Not that it couldn't happen, but, lately I've been kind of correct on the on the holding back on the crazy total. So we're going to stick with that because it's just typically, it's 80% chance the conservative look is going to win. I'm telling you. Mariana and Yale, I appreciate you guys. High-end accumulation, listen, there is a chance this low starts to deepen a little bit quicker than thought. You're going to have these these southwesterly winds that could pull a little bit more moisture, a little bit more warm air in this ridging out to the east, and could start to tilt this system a little bit. High end, you could see this shift up, I think, to 4 to 7 inches across the region, but that's like super. I think that's the super high end. Lee, I appreciate you. Alex, thank you. So we'll quickly shift down. I see people asking about the other storm. I want to show you guys the national blend because this is a better look right now. This is taking because people are like, look at the euro, look at the GFS, look at the icon, look at the Canadian. You know what the national blend does? It looks at all of them and averages it out. So the national blend does a good job, but it's a conservative model because it also includes model runs that show no snow. So it brings down the totals. So I don't think this is a terrible look right here in the south. If you guys can see, the dark blues are closer to 4 or 5 inches. The light blues are more like 1 to 3. And then your grays are like a dusting all the way up to an inch of accumulation, or up to 1.5 inches of accumulation. So that's your south central. And then we can push really quickly down to the southeast. I know some people want to see this. You can see the national blend. I like to look where the dark lines are because this is your best chance, not just the blues. So it'd be really through here. Your highest chance to see snow, and you can still see it wanting to include cities like Charlotte, Atlanta, Birmingham, because there are model runs that take this up to the north like this still. I think we might see that in the Euro tonight, but we'll see. The Euros remained pretty far south for a while. It's just shocking to see that. And then Rockies, in case anyone's wondering this stuff's already fallen, but no crazy snow, but you are likely to get some good accumulation out here. Some okay accumulation out here. Moving forward still. It's already falling. So let me see what the new icon is really quick. Someone mentioned that. Okay, we're not going to be able to see far enough yet, actually. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. The new icon's being super bullish still. This would be your 5 to 8 outcome. Here you go. This would be your 5 to 8 inch outcome if we were to see that. So, hey, the icon still sees it. Sometimes the icon does better than the GFS, so it's not the best. Canadian's the worst, I think. 1K subs. Let's go. 1K subs on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Do you think that the snow line has a chance to shift north and North Georgia? North Georgia is going to be really difficult. I think the snow line shifting up to about Atlanta is possible. North Georgia is going to be difficult, but it's going to be much colder up there, and you could get some stray showers moving through there that quickly drop some snow with a good snow ratio, 10 to 1. So we'll see. Last I heard, middle Georgia was 2 to 4 inches. I'm in middle. It's possible. Yeah, the Euro wants to keep it just south of you, though. What's going on, Pam? Pam's in the chat. Shout out, Pam. How much snow will central New Jersey get on Sunday? Listen, the icon, the Canadian, wants you to get a ton. Well, the icon specifically. Again, I think you should expect 1 to 3 inches in central Jersey. Why? Because our national blend and our Euro, which are the most accurate right now in this time frame and have been this winter, want that. But there's strong disagreement from the GFS icon and Canadian. And even though I don't love the icon or Canadian, when you see the icon, Canadian, GFS 3 models arguing it, you listen to it a little bit. So I think more likely than not, we might see those totals shift up in central New Jersey. Chloe Bowman, I appreciate the sub. Thank you. Hopefully the sub doesn't get deleted and erased on Sunday, but I don't think it will. I think we're going to stick around here on TikTok for a little bit longer based on what the CEO said. Pam, I appreciate that. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. That was actually really cool. Let's see. What about Louisiana? Yeah, we've been showing this down here. We'll go back down to South Central. there's such high confidence. When your national blend is putting blues into your area, there's such high confidence in it. You know, we can look at our national blend also, and we can look at, or we can go back to our European probabilities. And, I mean, look at this. This whole area I'm going to circle here is a 50 to 70% chance of one or more inches of accumulation of snow based on the Euro. It's crazy. Really, really crazy. Really, really crazy to see it down there. Yeah. What was I about to show you guys? Okay, I want to show you guys this as well, and I'm going to get back to chat. Thank you. Wait, 1 second. Hold up, guys. 1 second. One second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Looking at something in chat. Okay, sorry. All right, here's what I want to show you really quickly. Sorry, I was looking at something in my chat. Panels winter. Panels winter. This is interesting. This is going to show us all of the different Euro runs. All of the different Euro runs. Let's just go into, so you guys know all of the different outcomes that are possible that the Euro is seeing. Because when we're looking on pivotal weather, when people just like play those models over and over again, all you're seeing is one model run. There's a lot. There's a lot of model runs, and there's a lot of outcomes. Yale, I appreciate the sub. Thank you, Yale. Tiffany, Brittany, Sebastian, Patricia, thank you guys. Thank you for any of the subs or follows. I appreciate you guys. Here's all of our model runs. I know it's hard to see probably on your phone or computer, but I'm going to explain to you what we're looking at. I'm going to explain to you what we're looking at. I'm going to go through each model run, okay? The Euro's a good model, and these are different runs that the Euro came out with when it ran the data through its algorithm. So check this out. So our first run right here is actually super bullish with snow in southern Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina coastal. I mean, it wants 6 inches plus. Interesting. Our next Euro right here, I just want to let you guys know these are all the different kind of scenarios that could happen. That's why when we look at our national blend, it tries to average things out. These are all possible scenarios. You have a couple models here that don't want to put a ton of snow into the south, but what do they all still like? They all still like that Texas, Louisiana snow. Every single one of these first four, including the fifth one. So that's why that Texas, Louisiana snow, it's looking really, really good. Really, really good. Almost Houston to Louisiana. We have this model here. This wants to bring a ton of snow for everyone in the south. I'm talking Texas, Louisiana, central to southern Mississippi, pretty much all of Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, including the major cities. And then it wants to bring a nor'easter to the northeast. That's just one run, but that's one outcome the Euro sees as a possibility still. No snow in the south on this one. Still a possibility. I don't think it's, but again, outlier. Okay. Snow again in this one through Texas, Louisiana. All these models really like Texas, Louisiana. This model right here is a big shift to the north on the Euro. This is actually one of the models I expect to see tomorrow. 00012Z. I can't guarantee it, but I think we have a good chance of a shift to the north. Right here, good snow for most of the south. No snow. Good snow for most of the south. I'm trying to see if we have any more interesting looks on here. They all really, really still like this. There's only like 3 in this entire 25 runs that don't like this southern snow. And a lot of these, including, I'll show you all the ones that shift it north. Shift it north. Shift it north. Shift it north. Slightly north. Just so you guys understand what's going on. Slightly north. 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 All of those models shifted slightly north. Okay. Now there's even more than this. There's like 70 of these, 75 of these we can go through. But that's what I'm talking about. Okay. And we can go and we can look at the GFS as well. The GFS has already shifted north. I expected the Euro to do it already. I'd say right now, based on this look, there's a 6 out of 10. I think there's a greater chance we see Euro shift slightly north than hold south. But again, that's not a fantastic chance. It's just slightly better. But the models that if you see people showing just like one model run on Euro like this, like, oh, this is the latest Euro. No, that's just one of the latest Euro model runs. That's just one of them. That's the one that, they think gets it accurate the most, but it doesn't mean it's going to be correct. And you should never treat it like it's correct. You need to look at all the different outcomes and make up your mind. Well, that's what I do because I've looked at these models for so much of my life and I kind of know which ones to lean towards based on our setup, our atmospheric setup. Okay. Sorry for that. Someone said, look at the HRRR. Oh yeah, we have the OZ. I forgot. We have the 000, the HRRR now. That's great. Yeah, the HRRR. Yeah, the HRRR is. I don't really care about it until 12 hours out. I've kind of been saying that recently, just because it's been doing weird stuff. The HRRR wants like all rain for the coast almost. For central to southern New Jersey, I still think you're more likely to get snow than rain. Not out of the question, but again, this is interesting because the HRRR does agree more with the GFS, Icon, and Canadian for more snow through this region. That's, again, why I'm not taking the Euro completely at its word in this situation. That is a decent model to look at right now, though. The NAM also corrected itself. The NAM was saying no snow at all through this corridor yesterday, and I said that's BS. It's going to change, and it did. And it did. It's doing a bunch of weird stuff with these snow bands, but it corrected itself, so... And the NAM, the Icon, the Canadian, the HRRR all want more snow than the Euro. So it's 4 against 5, but the Euro is really good. I think the Euros, we're going to see slightly more than the Euro thinks, more towards the national blend or GFS. So I hope I'm not speaking Spanglish. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. All right. Sorry. Let me see here. Let's see here. I know the NAM was trash last event, but it seems to be shifting the snow more north on the 00Z. Are you talking about down south? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here, let's see. Yes, it is. Well, and I still, even though it hasn't been great this winter, I would still expect a shift to the north. But yeah, the NAM's doing it. The GFS did it too. I think we're going to see it on the Euro too. The Euro has a bunch of models where it shifts north. I just showed you guys that. So that is what we're looking at. Definitely. Sorry guys on YouTube if I'm not answering. I'm going back and forth. If the southern system shifts to the north, can New Jersey get snow? Possibly, because that would mean we're getting more of a tilt and it might have a better chance to ride up the coast. Doesn't look that great yet though. Will Columbus, Ohio get snow tomorrow? You could get some clipper systems moving from these winds that are going to begin to move in, northerly winds, but I don't expect anything from this main system that's going to go up the coast. I wouldn't expect anything too heavy. Patricia, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm assuming my kids won't be back in school until Thursday. I'm south of Atlanta. Potentially, we gotta see how this happens. I'm hoping the snow through Philly slows down a little bit because then we'll have a snow game for the Eagles-Rams. But it looks like it might be done snowing before the game starts. But they're gonna the game could get delayed if whoa, Kimber! Oh my gosh! Shout out Kimber. That scared the crap out of me in my headphones. That was so loud, but that was awesome. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you, Kimber. Thank you so much. Lacey, I appreciate you. Emmy, thank you. that scared the shit out of me. Yeah, we still could see a tilt in this storm. Like I said, when we were looking at all of our ensembles here, there are a few. There's like 2 of the Euro runs that pull the system up the coast. Why do they pull it up the coast? We can kind of see right here. I can kind of show you guys what's going on really quickly. Why do we have a chance for the system to pull up the coast? Here we go. Here's our system down in the south right here. So here's our system. Okay, what we're looking at is our vorticity map. So 500 millibar vorticity map, halfway up in the troposphere. This is where we're seeing vorticity, spin. This is associated with a low pressure. When you get warm and cold air running into each other, you're going to get you're going to get warm air lifting ahead of the front, and you're going to get cold air running beneath that warm air. And this is going to cause, this is what can deepen a low pressure, just like this. That's a little low pressure. There's a low pressure system right there. This can be what creates a negatively tilting trough. This what can cause a significant low pressure, and if you do get some tilt with it, that low pressure can bomb out. But this is kind of your storm system down here. Now, this piece of energy is a little bit far ahead of it. If we need this thing to slow down, shift back a little bit, and if it does, which obviously some runs of the Euro do have it slowing down, it would pick this bad boy up and it would tilt it up the coast. And this would be probably a historic type nor'easter. And, 2 out of 25 models give that a chance. So what's a 2 out of 25 chance? I don't feel like doing math right now, but not looking great. But there is a scenario for it. You could potentially have this piece behind it. This piece behind it affected as well. It's in a spot where it just kind of wants to skirt off the coast. But there's some opportunity here. This one's still far enough out. There's some opportunity there for something weird to happen, guys. Jennifer, Brittany, Addison, I appreciate you guys. Jamie, thank you guys. Subwave, 2 out of 5. Let's see. Is there a chance for North Alabama snow? There still is. I'd say, if we did, most models really like the snow in kind of the Houston out to the central Louisiana area to southern Louisiana. I'd say if we did see a shift north, it would be likely more into Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas. I think probably Mississippi, central to north, is going to be less likely to see snow. But yeah, there's still time for that for Alabama as well. Really far north Alabama is going to be tough, though, for it to shift that much in this time frame. Jamie and Chris, I appreciate you guys. If it shifts to the north, will northern southeast Louisiana still get snow? Potentially. I'd worry about that being a sleet and ice event for you guys, though. We can kind of see with the latest GFS what that looks like, with what a shift north looks like for you guys. And unfortunately, it would probably look something like, and I haven't really even looked at this yet, but I'm assuming, yeah, some ice down here. Whoa, Brittany with the Galaxy. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. Guys, you guys are being super generous tonight. Holy crap. I appreciate you guys. Chris, thank you. Thank you for any of the follows or subs over there on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Hopefully the follows mean something after Sunday. I think they will. But I really appreciate you guys. DOK, I appreciate you. But yeah, so I do think we would have to worry about southern Mississippi sleet mixing ice down there with a little shift to the north. So, God, this gets really close to tilting up the coast on this latest GFS run. Well, actually, that was the last one. Let's see this one. Yeah, see, this shift's very far north. That would be an ice, potentially be an ice and mixing event for southern. Oh, yeah, it still tilts up. For southern Louisiana. One second, guys. Making a difference in Yale. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm going to really quickly just try to do a speed round because I'm not answering so many people's questions. I'm going to do a quick speed round. Give me 1 second. If shifts north. How about Western North Carolina? Yeah. There's still like multiple Euro runs that give Western North Carolina a chance, so it's not out of the play yet. Listen, most of Maryland should see some good snow on Sunday. Okay, let me take a sip of this. We're doing a speed round. I'm answering as many questions as I can. Ark and Derek, I appreciate you guys. 1 second. Hold up. Happy Friday, by the way, guys. Seriously. Happy Friday. Here we go. Central New Jersey, I think still has a good chance. I would still put you in the 1 to 3 inches on Sunday. You guys have a chance to overperform. There's 4 models that want more snow, but the Euro doesn't want more snow, and the Euro is our best one. But with 4 models disagreeing, I still think an okay chance for Central New Jersey to overperform. Definitely. Heather, I appreciate you. Jackpot, thank you. I know you don't know, but do you think Middle Tennessee is done with snow for the season? You know, listen, not to toot my own horn, guys. You know, I like to toot my own horn sometimes. I did say, end of December, if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, I'd expect 2 southern snowstorms in January, possibly 3, but 2 would be my number to stick with. But I said nothing about February. I think we're going to have something special in February down here in the Southeast, too. I think Tennessee's done for January, though. Just based on what we've got coming up. I'm not 100% certain, but I think Tennessee Valley area done probably, except for maybe a little snow dusting for January. But there's still some potentials, so don't hold me to it. I think we have something in February based on our teleconnection outlook. Kimber, whoa. Was that another galaxy? We got Kimber, Brittany with the galaxy. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh yeah, Kimber, you sent me something else for it. Thank you, guys. Okay, sorry. Speed round. Holy crap. Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is still looking good for snow, okay? It is. It just is. Models really like that area, especially the National Blend. Do you think Oklahoma City will see snow or ice? With this system, I think you might see a dusting of snow. There's not really much right in Oklahoma City's future that looks too great. How much snow for Bucks County, PA? Northern Bucks is probably going to be looking more like 1 to 3. Southern Bucks, we could see more potential. I think Southern Bucks could see the heavier snow bands setting up maybe closer to the 2 to 5 instead of the 1 to 3. I think your chances for push up to get the higher end of accumulation in Southern Bucks. Rhonda, I appreciate you. Austin, Texas. Yeah. Most of the models do want this snow to form down weirdly to the south and east or just east of Austin. Right now it's looking like Austin's going to stay pretty dry. Guys, do you see what the Euro wanted to do too? Another snowstorm down there in Texas and Louisiana right after. That's the 12Z. We'll see what happens with the 00Z tonight. Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach has a chance on all of these models to get 1 to 3 inches based on how much this thing tilts up the coast on all the models. Boone area of North Carolina. Yeah, I mean, there's all these models want because of this event right here. Rhonda, I appreciate you. Thank you, Rhonda. Because of this event right here on Sunday, want some snow into Boone. And they do think there will be some clipper snow showers that kind of move up and get caught in the mountains. The mountains kind of make their own weather. I think Boone's going to get snow, but it's not going to see anything incredible. When I do total snowfall, do I do 10 to 1 or Kuchera? Yeah, Tyler, if you're looking at snow in the middle of January up in like Minnesota, Nebraska, you can be safe with 10 to 1. 10 to 1 ratio means you're sure that the temperatures on the surface all the way up to the upper layers of the troposphere are going to be below freezing. Your states up here during, late December through February, you're typically going to have, that's going to be a safer bet. I would exclude this area. But when we're talking about southern snow or snow near the coast, where you have a lot of humidity, a lot of, these big ocean and Gulf temps regulating your temperature, not wanting it to drop below 32 degrees, Kuchera tries to estimate what the temperatures will be in all the layers of your atmosphere, and it will give you a more accurate snow total usually. You only want to use 10 to 1 if it's freezing. Like next week, you're going to have negative 40 degrees potentially in Wyoming. That is guaranteed to be a 10 to 1 ratio of snow, which means for every 1 inch of precipitable water, 10 inches of snow accumulates. Down in the south, we're going to have like a 3 to 1 ratio. 1 inch of accumulation, 1 inch of precipitable water, maybe 3 inches of snow type event. Chris and Rhonda, I appreciate you guys. If it shifts north, will Charleston, South Carolina get snow or ice? Ice and sleet probably if it shifts too far north. But, yeah, so we'll see. I know. It'd probably be more mixing and ice. But it's not guaranteed to shift north. I think it has a better chance of shifting north, but there are a lot of model runs on the European, like I showed earlier, that still keep it to the south. So nothing to worry about yet. We'll know that a little bit closer with our short range. What about Virginia snow in February? We have, I think, early February kind of a positive EPO setting back up. I think, like I've said, our northern plains and our areas down here in the southwest are going to see. We could see some good snow into southern and some rainfall returning into Southern California in February, which would be really good. I don't think that pattern holds forever, though. I do think come mid-February we get a good pattern back out here again, just based on the outlook. We have to get a little bit closer, obviously. So, oh my gosh, Pam, I appreciate it. That was really cool. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Roxanne. What about Virginia snow? February? What about snow in February for the Philly area? Listen, I think we're going to have a good snow system move through in February. We're not going to have this insanely active cold outbreak. Our temperatures out east through December, January are colder than they've been on average through those 2 months in years. But with a little more of a warm up, you get you get these temperature gradients that set up and down the East Coast. That's when you can actually see bigger snowstorms. That's when you can see a low pressure that wants to bomb out a lot more than these are. So if I were to guess, I'd say we're going to have not a bunch, because we're going to end this January with like 4 different snow systems that move through the East, or significant snow systems. February, I think we're going to get at least one really good one, because we're going to have some warmth returning to the area, which actually helps increase the snowfall in some of these systems, really helps deepen these lows. So some of the record-breaking snows, like the 93 snowstorm, some of almost all of the record-breaking snowfalls out here in the East have happened in February and March. Almost all of them. Because you get a little bit of spring warmth wanting to mix in and deepen those lows. So Nancy, Roxanne, Adam, and Kimber, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Snow in Dallas-Fort Worth, still possible. We can still see the shift a little bit north. We still have models that put snow into Dallas, but it's on the lower end. Now, I'll never forget 2021 in Dallas. Hey, I haven't talked about temperatures much, but this right here isn't wind chills. So this is Dallas getting down to 26, 24. So, what do our wind chills look like on our latest Euro? Down in Dallas, 15. Yeah. So this is going to be pretty dang cold. Our 12Z, what's our 18Z GFSC on this? Actually, I kind of want to see wind chill wise down into Dallas. 18, 21, 23, 22, 30. All right, not getting as crazy. That's good. And then you get a second blast right behind that. Oh my gosh, what is this at the end of this GFS run? -50 up there in North Dakota. That's a little far out. We don't care. We're not going to look at it. La 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 la. Don't see it. Not going to happen. All right. Sorry, let me get back to chat. Can you say Hawk Tua before TikTok gets banned? Hawk Tua. Oh my gosh. Now stop spamming. Do you think right now this could be the year we get another 93 storm in February? It's possible, but it's not likely. It's not likely, but it's possible. Upper Eastern North Carolina. It's Upper Eastern North Carolina is still in a good spot to get a little of accumulation, maybe 1 to 3 inches through when you look at these, the models, across the models in the consensus. Roberta, I appreciate you. When will the next model come out? Well, our 00Z GFS is going to start loading up here in just a second if it's not already loading. Very soon. What's the latest icon do down in the south, guys? It disappears all the snow. Except for maybe a little bit in Austin and then Louisiana. But that's okay, because we don't really look at the icon. Why does it say I retracted a message? Phil, are you in here? What is someone's messing with my YouTube? I didn't even put a message in there. Let's see. Well, South Carolina by the coast see snow. Oh, Lix, we are so back. 1K plus followers on the tube. Yeah. Heck yeah, I appreciate you guys. What up, Phil? GFS is loading. Oh, it's probably loading on Weatherbell. It's probably loading on Weatherbell, but it's not loading on... Nope, not loading on Weatherbell or Pivotal Weather, but it's about to be. Any second now. Is snow possible in Jenkins, Oklahoma? I don't know where that is. Is that a small town in Oklahoma? You guys really like me to get into this. I'm probably not even spelling this right. I don't know where that is. If it's a city you don't think I'm gonna know, north, east, southwest, or central is the best thing to do. Or is it near a big city? What's your other social platform besides here? You're my favorite weather guy. It is making a difference. I appreciate that. YouTube, Connor's Climate Corner, same name, YouTube. I upload all my content to Instagram, and I'm live streaming on YouTube right now as well. So, yep, that's where I will continue to be. I'm still hoping we get to stay on TikTok, though. I know most of you are. Maybe not all of you, most of you. Harnett County, North Carolina. What the heck, Jenna? You think I know where that is? Let me see here. Mid-Eastern Alabama. You see, I like that. Mid-Eastern Alabama snow. Let's take a look back at our maps here because everyone has questions. I'm going to go through our regions again really quickly, guys. Really, really close here. And I'm going to take a look at our latest national blend of models for you guys for snow. This is going to be, there's your ice accumulation. That's interesting. Just so we can kind of get a better look for everyone who has all these questions. And I obviously can't answer everyone right now. So here we go with this storm. This is what our national blend likes, but national blend's actually conservative, so I would increase some of these totals. Here's your main snow band, obviously. There's your main snow band. We're seeing 3 to 5 through this region. We're seeing 2 to 5 through this region, and we're seeing 2 to 3 through this region. Now, I actually usually like adding on a little bit to the national blend. So even though we're seeing 3 to 5 through here, we may see this more like a 4 to 7, actually, based on this latest national blend. I think your chances for heavier snow are greater as we move up the coast up here, though. Because up here, you're going to have the low's going to be slightly deeper. You're going to have like a 1,001 millibar low down here, which is okay. But then up here, you could be down at like a 991 low. And that is when your snow really, really intensifies. And you get a lot of this moisture pulling in a lot quicker. And you get a lot more convection in here for snow. Whereas you're a little bit weaker down here. So still think New England's going to get off with the best snow. But it's not a ton of model consensus on this. Again, it was weird. Models really didn't even see this over 100 hours out. We go back down to the southeast. You know, here's what the national blend. Oh, the national blend wants to put snow back up through the mid-Atlantic. Here's what the national blend thinks for the southeast. Again, we'll say where the inch line is your best chances on this. So this would be your inch line right there. So this is taking all of our models, all of our best model runs into account, averaging them out. This is why I do think a shift to the north is definitely possible when you see this inch line this far north on a very conservative snow model, where typically you see these totals brought up a little bit. And then down into Texas, South Central. Gosh, it really likes this area. It really, really likes that southeastern Texas through central to southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi. It really, all of these models really, really like this area. This is the highest confidence area, surprisingly. We can also see that when we go over to our probability map. They've got you like, 70, 80% chance of an inch or more of accumulation. Sarah and Brittany, I appreciate you guys. So all the Facebook meteorologists be saying jackpot area 10 to 14 inches around Scranton. What? Around Scranton, PA? Who said that on Facebook? There's absolutely nothing that would tell us that. Let me just shut that down really quickly. 10 to 14 inches in Scranton, PA. Let me shut that down. Let me show you why that's almost impossible. Sloth. Let's look at really quickly. Let's just go. We'll just take a look at this. I could get into the 500 millibar vorticity map that also shows that it's impossible, but it's just harder to understand. So let's take a look at this. Let's go in here and let's push out to maybe we'll say 84 hours. Okay. Here is our GFS, which is super, 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 super bullish. This is like the highest end we could probably see. And it gives a chance for up to 14 inches in Connecticut. There's no other model that puts that much snow up there except for the Canadian, which is a terrible model. Not the Icon, not the NAM, not the Euro, which is our best model, and our regional, which these are the models we're going to look at right here. The Euro, obviously, is the model we really like. It does really good at this latitude. It just does. It's right 7 or 8 out of 10 times. And so, I mean, usually when I'm looking at a high end, we're going to average out our Euro and GFS, which would give us nowhere near. I mean, it's not impossible to see 14 inches of snow out of this storm moving up the coast. I'd give it like a 5% chance. So if anyone's hyping it up saying that's what's probable, they're just out of their mind. And they're trying to get clicks and views. They're out of their mind. They've lost them. They've gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah. Oh, and don't get me started on if we went back to the 12Z, the models that are more accurate. The Euro pulls back. The Canadian's still crazy. The GFS hasn't changed. The Icon pulls back slightly. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Julie, what's going on? I appreciate you. What is going on, Julie? Sarah, Brittany, Lolis, Demir, Tanner. I appreciate you guys. Lupus. Connor, it's Matt. Check your phone. Hold up. Hold up, guys. I'm taking a call. What the heck, Matt? Answer your phone. We got Mezzo Matt in here.
Hey, I know you're on stream. Super sorry.
What's going on?
Push your social media time takes on this without an email. The Biden administration did not do enough to certify.
No way.
Yeah, they just put it on the website. It's all over. So you got
Thank you. Thank you, bye. An email just went out from the Biden administration saying, or from TikTok saying the Biden administration has not done enough and TikTok's going dark at midnight tomorrow night. They will not, yep. I guess that email just went out. So, we will continue to stay on live tonight, but, this is news. That's what he just called me and told me. Midnight tomorrow, the app goes black. I can't confirm that, but this is what I'm being told. And Matt, unless he's getting the information wrong, he's not going to call me and lie to me. So, anyways, we're going to continue to live. We're going to continue to do this tonight. But for anyone who wants to go sub over on my YouTube, that'd be great because it looks like that's where I'm going to be. Connor's climbing corner over there. That looks like it's where I'm going to be. So, and I don't want to act like I'm begging to get subs over there, but, I'm about to lose almost 100K followers. So that is going to hurt. So anyways, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. I kind of got a pit in my stomach now. Follow your other hand. Yale, I appreciate you. We're going to continue to just act like everything's normal this stream. Don't worry. I just need a second. Cash out everything you can. Yeah, TikTok owes me money right now, and I probably won't see it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, everything's gonna be good. I put 30 to 40 hours a week into this, and so I'm just gonna not be monetized anymore. But I'm gonna still be working. I'm still gonna be doing this full time just for free in the beginning because my YouTube's almost monetized, but it's not yet. So, but I mean, I when I started doing this, I didn't care about making money, and I did it the same amount. So, and I still feel the same way. Like I wouldn't stop creating weather content or stop going live if I wasn't getting paid. Now, it would be maybe not 40 hours a week, but I'd like doing this regardless. So, you know, it's not going to affect my content coming out every day or me streaming every night. So it's just nice to, you know, see something from it, but it's not the end of the world. There's a lot bigger things going on. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna get back to answering your guys' questions. Sorry. Why on Friday? Why'd they have to tell us sometime? If they had told me this on a Monday, I would have been already depressed. I would have just been like, whatever, I'm already depressed. I'm in such a good mood. What a buzzkill. I don't think they're going to delete all the... I do think actually TikTok will probably come back, but yeah, I guess they just didn't do enough to stop the blackout tomorrow night. So, okay. When is it coming to Tennessee? The storm is... Oh, the new GFS is loading, guys. The new GFS is loading. This is great. We can all look at this together. So we can all look at this together. It's loading. It's not in yet. I think Weatherbell's probably already loading it up a little bit quicker. One second, guys. I'm going to try Mrs. Morconis. I appreciate you. Thank you. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Worse than the average person. Brent Barber, I appreciate you. Mitch, thank you. Okay, let's get back to this. The new Euro's loading. Let's see if we have anything loaded in on Weatherbell. This is going to be great to see the 12Z tonight. Let's get ahead of this. Let's see what's going on. Let's get into global deterministics, GFS. Not here on Weatherbell yet. That's weird. Usually that comes out first. Okay, we'll keep taking a look at this. But for right now, we'll stay right here and I'll keep answering your guys' questions. Yeah, I appreciate you. What's going on, Gianna? Welcome back. All together in Norfolk, Virginia. Listen, Richmond needs this system to tilt as it goes up the coast. You know, the Sunday system wants to keep the snow just to the north of Richmond, although you might get a little bit of accumulation. There's a chance to get a trace to an inch. There's a chance for the Sunday, definitely. But or maybe even a little bit more, but I think a trace to an inch is most likely. You know, more recent models do, even the Euro does want this to try to tilt up. It's getting very close. And if this shifts north, this would maybe bring that snow line like this. So Richmond's not out of play yet for our system next week, Tuesday to Wednesday. It's not out of play yet, but it's not in a spot where I'd want to be for high confidence in a good snowfall. But it's very much in play still. Again, we can look at our Euro. The thing that I like is the Euro ensemble probabilities and panels, because you can see there are plenty of models runs on the Euro that still put snow. Okay, decent snow through Richmond, Virginia next week. It's just not the favorite of the models right now. Or of the model run right now. Is it going to rain tomorrow afternoon in South Jersey like the news is saying? You know, John, the news is looking at the HRRR and saying screw you to all the other models, because the HRRR is the only model, short, global, or long range, that has rain in Central to South Jersey. So I still think there's over a 50% chance that it's either mixing in snow and not rain. Just to show you real quickly. Here we go. I'll just use this again. Why not? The news is saying that, and then the news could be right. But just so I can show you what's going on here. Do I have compare model loop? And let's go into the 12Z. Then we'll go out to about 87. Here we go. Okay, ready? Euro, snow in South Jersey. GFS, snow in South Jersey. NAM, snow in South Jersey. Canadian, no snow. Every model has snow. So that wasn't the Canadian. That was a regional. So The HRRR doesn't have snow. Again, I don't know why. They shouldn't be saying with certainty that you're going to get rain because I still think there's a better chance you get snow. But, you know, maybe they're picking up on something I'm not. It's a possibility. But yeah, they're I think they're kind of. God, I just don't understand that. I'm actually struggling to understand that. Usually I have an answer, but I think they're just taking the HRRR to heart right now. And sometimes the HRRR can be freakily accurate. But this season specifically, this winter, it's been struggling a lot. And so when I see this, I'm not taking it at its word. You see the HRRR leave Southern Jersey out just because of the way it's been acting this year. I'm not taking I'm not taking that at its word. It's been pretty bad on snow placement up until about you get into the 12-hour time frame. Michael and Lori, I appreciate you guys. Am I in the 60 to 80% range, about 10 miles east of Baton Rouge? Yeah, on the Euro, you're like 60 to 70% range, basically. Let me see here. Hi, I'm here from TikTok. Jawjacker, I appreciate you. Kimber with another Galaxy. Holy crap, Kimber. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Kimber, I better see you on YouTube too. I'm sure you're already over there. I appreciate you, Kimber. I'm happy for the Deep South getting snow. Glad North Mississippi is clear. Let's see. It's 3+ guaranteed in Philly at this point. It's there's a pretty good chance. Yeah. I really struggle to see us getting less than 2 to 3 in Philly. So I do think 2 to 4 is the sweet spot. I think 3 is probably the sweet spot. But again, there's a lot of models wanting a tiny bit more. But we're gonna stick with the conservative one so that no one's mad at me if it underperforms. It's best to stick with the conservative one. The conservative choice has been the right choice so far in January. It typically is. With the mix between the GFS and Euro, I really like too, which is why I think we could be sitting at 4.5 in Philly. Easy 515. Oh, I appreciate you, Lisa, Mitch. Ooh, I found your channel. Now let me follow. Thanks, Becky. Let's see here. Anything good coming to Northeast PA on Sunday? Potentially, yes. Potentially, yes. Just to show you guys kind of a little fun thing here for this system up to the Northeast. I haven't really shown our probabilities that much. We do have the latest GFS loading. How loaded is it on Weather Belt? Why is it? It's usually loads quicker on Weather Belt. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get up to the Northeast real quick. Back. We're going region to region to region. Back up to the Northeast. And you can see here. Let's move this back. 1 second. Kuchera total snowfall. Let's go into, R00Z. It's not loaded enough. It won't even let me move this around yet. Here we go. All right, we'll look at it on Pivotal Weather since we're starting to get a load in. 33 hours, we're almost going to see it here. We're getting really, really, really close. But here, I'll go to our probabilities, and we'll use the last run of the Euro. Probabilities, winter, an inch or more of accumulation. Now, I expected this to be the whole region, having a high probability. Obviously, an inch or more of accumulation through this entire region here that I'm circling. I mean, including Southern Jersey on the Euro. The Euro wants to give Southern Jersey a 50 all the way to an 80% chance of snow, and your local meteorologist is disagreeing with it. That's because they're taking the HRRR. The HRRR it has been very accurate in past winters. I've seen it really struggling this winter. I don't know why it works like that. You can literally go through years and see a model really struggle one year and then nail the whole next year. But based on the way it's been performing, I do prefer the Euro, even in the short range. It's been doing better in the short range too, which is weird because it's a freaking global model, but it's just a really good model. So I think this is pretty accurate. 3 inches or more on the Euro. Obviously, if you're in this colored area, this is the most conservative model. Still gives this entire area up here in the Northeast. a chance to see 3+ inches. That's the most conservative model. I mean, shoot, if we were to go over here to the GFS, this is our 3+. This is our 6+. It wants, it wants to almost give New York City a 40+ chance of getting 6 inches or more of snow. So, and this is our 3 inches or more. I mean, this is, significant. You can see the GFS does shift that snow line in South Jersey actually a little bit to the north as well, but it still keeps most of South Jersey in that. Come on, GFS, load, load, load. Ooh, maybe a slight shift to the north on the GFS. We'll see. We will see. Crystal and Rachel, I appreciate you guys. Do you think the newest Euro model is shooting too far south with the Texas snowstorm? I do. XVZZ, I have been calling. I think it will see a slight shift north. Yeah. You think the GPS is right? You mean the GFS? What's GPS stand for? Global Positioning System? What does Maryland look like? I mean, I'll show you based on our Euro. Based on our Euro, almost all of it, we're not counting down here on the beach, but most of Maryland's in that 50 to 70% chance for 3+ inches or 1+ inch of snow. We'll see how much more than that in our Euro. I think the GFS would like you to have 3+ inches of snow at that percentage. The new GFS still wants snow in South Jersey. The new GFS is still going crazy with snow through Philly and New York City. I don't know what to say, guys. We'll wait for the Euro, but the GFS isn't a terrible model. GFS is the one model I'll take somewhat seriously over the Icon and Canadian. I'll take the Icon somewhat seriously. I really don't take the Canadian too seriously. This will put a lot more snow into Maryland as well with this latest run on the GFS. It wants to keep like the beach in South Jersey potentially into mixing and sleet. But we have to wait for this to continue loading. I think there's going to be back-end snow with that. Bo, Mitch, and Dark Legend. I appreciate you guys. You taught me that there's a hidden chef in the U.S. and Kentucky. Oh, yes. Peace. Peace in Lala. Yeah. You guys know about that, right? I hope you guys know about that. Wait, really quickly. Just in case you don't. Can I turn my temperatures off here? Guys, just in case you don't know about the hidden chef, just so you always know where Kentucky is, I'm sure you guys know about this. Okay? This is the chef hat. Just follow with me, okay? This is the chef hat. Most of you know this. There's your chef hat. Here's your chef's face. Here's the nose, mouth, chin. Okay? We'll give him a little eyeball. That's Iowa. I'm just out. Okay? Here's his chest. Here we go. There's his body. Here's his pants. Okay, which is Arkansas. Here's his legs and his foot, which is Louisiana. And what's the chef holding? A piece of fried chicken, which just happens to be Kentucky fried chicken. If you're ever wondering, now some people think this is showing something else, okay? But if you're ever wondering where Kentucky is, there you go. It's just the chef's holding the fried chicken. You know what I mean? Or this is a chef just peeing on the state of Kentucky. You know, like, hate you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But that's how you remember those states. You know what I mean? Minnesota's the hat. Iowa's the face. Missouri's the body. Arkansas's the pants. Louisiana's the feet. And, Kentucky's fried chicken. Anyways, I don't know how we got there. Someone who just joined my stream is probably like, what the heck is going on? Okay, let me just show you. Latest GFS is out for this first storm. I want to show you guys. Yep, the GFS is still showing a ton of snow. I'm not shocked by this. Still put snow into southern Jersey as well. A little bit, but still put snow into southern Jersey. Yeah, the GFS is still going absolutely insane. Gosh, people on Long Island and in New York City really, I mean, and in Philly, really want this thing to happen. Jeez. Please, please, Euro, just agree with the GFS tonight so I don't have to keep looking through 80 models. But I've already kind of made up on my mind on how I expect this to go down, and you guys have heard that. So, Dennis, I appreciate you. I hope you get 2 to 4 inches in Maryland because shoveling 5+ inches of snow for 10 hours is not fun. That is true. Once it gets too tall, it starts to hurt your back. Can we maybe see the totals? Oh, like you want me to zoom in up there on what the latest GFS is showing? Hold up here. We can do that. We can get real close, guys. Really quickly, and I don't want to be annoying with this, but I have no choice now. Apparently an email was just sent out to the service providers saying that there needs to be, this is what I was told, saying that there needs to be a blackout of TikTok tomorrow at midnight. So I have no choice but to basically beg everyone on my TikTok to go to my YouTube and subscribe, or because I'm going to lose 93K followers. But so if you can, that'd be great. You guys don't have to. I'm not holding you hostage here, but if you can, that'd be great. I'm going to be doing this full time for free now. So, which sucks, but I have to build up my YouTube. I did hit 1,000 subscribers tonight, which is great. So I gotta apply for monetization, but I'll be working. I'll be doing this 30 to 40 hours a week for free, which is okay. Cause luckily I like doing this. It's part of the reason I do it so much. I was doing it way before I made any money on TikTok. So, Carol, Andrea, Mitch, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, so can anyone confirm that? Can anyone actually, sorry, really quickly, can anyone confirm that? One second. Really quickly. Because I don't want to be saying that if it's not true. TikTok says, CNN. TikTok says it will go dark on Sunday unless Biden intervenes immediately. This is just reported. I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, okay? This is just reported by, because I know people are going to be like, CNN, whatever. TikTok says, there you go. It's going dark immediately tomorrow night unless the Biden administration acts immediately. It's being reported everywhere. Newsweek, TikTok says app may be forced to go dark tomorrow at midnight. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what's being reported across outlets right now. So basically, the Biden administration has like the next 12 to 18 hours to act. I was under the impression, and a lot of people were, that the Biden administration already told the service providers, the carriers, we will not enforce the law. But what TikTok is saying is they have not told the carriers that they will not enforce the law. Thanks, Dennis. Praying we stay here. Me too. Just joined, and I see a stick man with a questionable object attached to it. T-Money. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Weird. If you draw it with Tennessee, it looks even sketchier, okay? If you take Kentucky out and you do Tennessee, it gets a little weird. It gets a little freaky. All right, I want all the snow. I work in education, so I love snow days. Can you fix the quality on your YouTube? The screen is blurry. Can someone confirm to me on YouTube that my screen's blurry? Sorry, guys. I'm getting back to questions now, I promise. That's my screen. Hold up. Let me see if this is going to focus. It's not going to focus on my camera, but it looks high definition to me. Yeah. I think you just need to fix the, I think it's only streaming at 720 though. I need to get to 1080. I can fix that easily though, but, yeah, I think you just might need to update the quality. Okay. Let's get back to all the questions. Need the snow in South Jersey. I would like to plow. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get plowable snow down there, but it's very possible still. Very possible still by how we're seeing a lot of these updates go. So GFS, let's get into not our global. Let's get into our GFS deterministic. Let's get back up. Let's see the latest totals from our... Okay, come on. Come on. Let's go to Euro. Let's go to GFS. I'm not sure why Weatherbell is not updating my 00Z on here. So give me 1 second, guys. Let me try to go into GFS Ensemble. Very weird. Canadian 00Z. GFS. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go, guys. If you want to see what this... Oh, wow. If you want to see what this looks like, we're not going to do a 10-to-1 ratio. We'll do 24-hour snow total. We'll do snow total share. This is the latest GFS run, and oh my god. Still, again, though, like 14 inches still looks impossible, but yeah, wow. So GFS is pulling a little bit out of South Jersey. You still see 1 to 3, depending how close you are to the coast or how close you are to Philly, basically. I don't believe this one bit, though. Take 3 to 4 inches off of all of this. Now, I'll say this, guys. I hope this is correct, because I happen to live somewhere in that circle, in the center of the circle, and it'd be awesome. I love snow, but wait for the Euro tomorrow, and we'll know. I don't expect this. Just please don't expect this. You're going to be disappointed. I hope you're not going to be disappointed, but I think you're going to be disappointed. And we're about to see the GFS's latest look at our southern system. So we'll take a look at that right now. Lawless, Melissa, Mitch, Addison, Andrea, Mitch, Carol. I don't know how far. I missed a bunch. I appreciate you guys. I just found you from TikTok. Need more snow in central North Carolina. What's Durham chances? Really quickly, I'll show you what our latest chances are here. We'll actually just look at... we can look at our probability really quickly here. Latest GFS Ensemble 0Z probabilities. We'll have to look at our... I'll show you our Euro probabilities on that. Probabilities, winter. We'll do an inch or more in the southeast. Durham still likes a 30 to almost 50% chance. 30 to 40% chance of an inch or more of accumulation. Not bad odds. We still have time for this to shift. I think this will shift slightly to the north. The reason we see the chances up here is because there are model runs that bring the snow up here. So, not a bad look. We're about to see our latest GFS down in the south, and this is going to be fun. Here, starting to load up. Still showing the snow, of course. Still likes that Louisiana, southeastern Texas. Or really eastern Texas. Needs snow and Texarkana. It's possible with this. Still possible. Yeah, Wisconsin's been a little bit of a snow drought, though. I talked about in my video today, our teleconnections moving forward. You guys, most of you probably don't care about looking at a bunch of lines, but this is important. Our teleconnections moving forward, this is a sign of snow returning potentially to the Midwest, Northern Plains, Rockies, and just out west in general. Our EPO wants to go positive. This might shift late into January, early into February. A little bit of a warm up, a little bit of a dry out east. I don't think this holds, but this type of look here, mixed with our NAO going positive, Midwest and Northern Plains are going to start, and Central Plains are going to start to see an increased chance of snow likely with this type of teleconnection look. So, yeah. And I really hope that happens too, because I mean, that's what it's telling us, which I've been talking about since the beginning of January. Okay, southern snow still loading on the latest. Our latest GFS run is still loading. Still loading, guys. Tommy, I hooks. Mitch, I appreciate you. No problem, Monica. What about El Paso, Texas? Why am I forgetting where El Paso is? Exactly where El Paso is. Yeah, it's not like it's a small town. Oh, yeah, all the way out west. Yeah. I don't know about El Paso. That's going to be tough. You guys are getting a lot of rain down there from Birmingham all the way up through Kentucky into southern Illinois. Tennessee. Dallas snow chances, they still have them at about 20 to 40%, somewhere in that range. really looks like it's going to stay a little bit to the south. So the GFS is still pulling this snow slightly to the north. This would be ice and mixing for southern Louisiana, which is what I've been talking about. This latest GFS does bring that snow up into Birmingham and Atlanta, and I think possibly would bring it into Charlotte too. We're going to watch this load. This is the GFS though, not our best model, probably our second best global. Definitely our best model for hurricane season. It does really good in the subtropics and tropics. Tommy and iHooks, I appreciate you guys. Is there a possibility for 3+ inches in Central Texas? Small possibility. Small possibility. It's not a 0% chance. I'll tell you that. But it's maybe 5 to 10 max. What's Maryland looking like? I'm supposed to drive to Richmond Monday. Maryland. From Maryland to Richmond, you'd probably drive through a little bit of snow. 2 to 4 inches, potentially, Monday. Kyle, I appreciate you. How much snow is Connecticut predicted to get? On all these models, like a foot, but the Euro and the ones I care about, the Euro and the National Blend, like 3 to 5 inches. Which that's why you got to be. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys got 4 to 6 if the Euro comes out and agrees with the GFS finally. But we'll see. If the Euro agrees with the GFS on this next run, we will take the high end totals. I will accept them. It's less likely. Daniel, I don't know if I respond to you following you here from TikTok. I appreciate you over on YouTube. Brandy, Big Titan, and Kyle, I appreciate you. Long Island snow still looks good on all our models. We still want a decent accumulation, say 2 to 4 on all of our models through Long Island, except for the HRRR and Canadian, I think it was. So, yeah, look at that. Look at that shift to the north. Look at that shift to the north on the GFS, guys. Bringing that snow up north. Now, what's the comparison on this to the last run? To the last 18Z. I think the 18Z was pretty far to the north as well. But did we see a slight farther shift north? About the same. So it's about the same. Still sticking north, though. That's what's important. And this is a 00Z, so this is a fresh data set. That last one was just adjusted for time. This is fresh data from weather balloons. Okay, so this still showing north. Not a bad look for potential snow back into Atlanta. Oof, Charlotte's going to be real close. Durham, Raleigh's going to be real close to getting snow again, or getting snow in general. Louisiana, Texas still look good. 00Z likes snow potentially as far west as El Paso. I think that's going to be tough. Does like a chance into Dallas and central, chance into Austin. It's getting spicy down there, guys. I don't want to miss talking about all the crazy amount of rainfall or ice Florida could get either, though. Thursday, I'm driving from Dallas to northeast New Mexico. Thursday. Will I have some travel issues? Right now, based on our looks, I don't think you'll have much. If the Euro suddenly shifts north and we see that snow accumulating slightly farther to the north, maybe. But as the way we're looking at this right now, I would not expect you to have travel issues. No. Florida Panhandle will get snow. Yeah, parts of the Panhandle are still projected to get some snow. Especially because the Euro likes it farther south. How's Tallahassee looking? I have some family there. Tallahassee's looking like ice and mixing, unfortunately. The Euro does like snow into Tally though still, which you guys should be happy about because the Euro's a good model. But it's going to be really important to see this consensus at the 00Z because I've been waiting because I still think that the Euro is going to shift slightly north, which would be an issue for Tally. You'd have winter weather, but it wouldn't be the fun stuff. You know, I was attending Florida State in 2013 when it snowed. A dusting, but it snowed. It's like a quarter inch in some areas. We had snow on our balcony. I was watching all the cars slide down the road, and they shut down school for like a week because a little speck of snow fell. It was awesome. Snow in Albuquerque, New Mexico. it does look like we'll potentially have a chance moving into Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. Maybe even maybe even Monday. Monday might even be your best chance because of all that troughing down there. Monday's probably your best chance to see snow. Scattered snow showers. Nothing crazy significant, but scattered snow showers moving through Albuquerque. I do think so. You're from Miami. It snows down there every day. Yeah, what? Down in Miami? What are you talking about? A lot of people don't know. I think it was like an inch or two of accumulating snow did fall in like the 50s or 60s in Miami. I can't remember, but it did. We've had accumulating snow in Miami, Florida. Why it looked like the snow in Tennessee when you move it? Wait, oh, it's kind of like potentially Eastern Tennessee getting a tiny little flake of snow right here as this thing begins to crank off. We can actually take a look at that really quickly here. We'll go to our GFS here and we'll go to I'm gonna close all this stuff. Surface, winter, total snow criteria. Let's go to the Ohio Valley. You can see the GFS does want to put a tiny bit of snow in Tennessee. I'd say most of this is going to be a dusting to an inch, if you're lucky. But the thing is, it's going to be really cold here. So maybe you get a surprise accumulation in parts of Tennessee. Yes. I guess I haven't really talked about that much. There's just a lot going on. Kelly, what's going on? Jenny, I appreciate you. The real MVP. So the new GFS. This is the new GFS. Although the Euro, I think, shows us a tiny bit as well. Euro's not as bullish on this. But the Euro still thinks a dusting to a half inch is potential into Tennessee. But you can get surprise totals when you have very cold temperatures and you have a better snow ratio. Listen, we were not, where I live, we were not, was it yesterday or the day before? We had no snow and no snow in the forecast. I didn't see it, and I do this for a living. I knew there's a chance snow showers could float through the area, but almost an inch of snow fell in my house out of nowhere. But here's why. It was cold. It was cold enough from the floor to the ceiling, like I always said, lower, middle, and upper layers of the atmosphere, to where very, very little precipitation fell, but it accumulated into an inch of snow. Like a tenth an inch of rain fell, but it was like a 10-to-1 ratio. So it accumulated into an inch. It would have been like a drizzle of rain, but it came out to like an inch of snow. That's what happens sometimes. That could happen in Tennessee. You could see like a surprise quick accumulation down here, depending on where maybe the band's kind of set up as this thing begins to form. I was in Pittsburgh Tuesday. No snow in the forecast. Like an inch and a half snow fell. No snow in the forecast. Same thing. Very cold in all the layer. Very cold floor to ceiling. And we had a surprise accumulation there as well. I know. I'm not going to get your hopes up. I'd almost expect, though, Brittany, I'd almost expect you to, a lot of areas of Tennessee and even Middle Tennessee, to see flakes in the sky that day at some point. But yeah, the odds of like a good accumulation, even an inch, aren't high. But I'm just letting you know it's a possibility. We saw it just happen through Pennsylvania the other day with this same type of setup. Jessica, Andre, Oreos, I appreciate you guys. Baton Rouge is still in a good spot to see snow. All these models like snow in Baton Rouge. I can tell you that. Baton Rouge is in that like 60 to 80%. Baton Rouge and surrounding areas is in that 70 to 80% chance of seeing an inch or more of accumulation still on the Euro, according to the Euro Ensemble, which is a good model. And it's an ensemble. This website is Pivotal Weather. This is Weather Bell. And this is windy. Sometimes when I explain how weather works, I like showing it on a globe. Now, I don't want to offend any flat earthers out there. Here, flat earthers. We're flat again, okay? Don't freak out. But I do like to explain things on a globe sometimes, just so you guys understand how weather works. But I haven't gotten into any of my... Sometimes in my streams, you guys know I'll get a little bit scientific and let's start to tell you why systems work the way they do. But I haven't felt the urge to do that this stream. Maybe it's because of the announcement that TikTok's blacking out tomorrow at midnight. I don't know. Maybe that's just putting me out of the mood to get into the details. Polka. Wait, I gotta pull this out. Hold up. Skirt. Polka Loca. 1111. I appreciate you. Do you think that Texas snow will intensify? I think it's like a coin flip if it does. I think it's about a 50-50 chance we do see that intensify. I would maybe lean towards slightly intensify, yes. Do you think just because of this cold air moving is such significant troughing? We haven't looked at this. Look at this. Guys, this is the start to our week. No, it's not going to be negative 15 in Tallahassee. This is temperature departures from average temperatures. Remember, this is the coldest week of the year in the northern hemisphere, and our entire country, except for the west, is expected to be well below average. Yeah, Pam, look at you up there in Nebraska, okay? 20 degrees below average Sunday afternoon in January. I can't even imagine what your wind chills are at that time. Nah, just a cool -7, -10 degrees. Let's see our wind chill lows out there. Let's see our wind chills get... Oh, -16. Beautiful. Early afternoon, early morning in Omaha, -16 degree wind chill. The next day you get down to -8. The next day you get down to -7. The next day you get down to -10. Fun times ahead for everyone. You can see your wind chills down there and just to the north of Houston wanting to get down to 6 degrees. You can see your wind chills in Baton Rouge wanting to get down anywhere between 4 to 12 degrees. Wind chills down there in southern Louisiana. Ridiculous, huh? You're actually seeing this cold air. What you're actually seeing here, why it wants this to get so much colder, you can see these wind chills down here that are like 4 to 6 degrees all the way down here, guys. Because that's where you'd have that precipitation falling, cooling the atmosphere even more. Crazy. Insanity. Let me just quickly take a look on anything else popping up with our latest GFS. Yeah, this wants potential for another snowstorm, another winter storm up the coast here. We'll see. This would be a negatively tilting trough there. Interesting. So, southern Maryland snow. It's going to be close. I think you have a better chance to get some mixing down there. You know, if you're really in southern Maryland. Although it would be all snow from the Tuesday, Wednesday system moving up the coast. Really the Wednesday system for you guys, if this did tilt up enough, which we'll know when we see the Euro tonight. The King, I appreciate you. Thank you guys for the subs and follows. The gifts, just being in here engaging. Thank you guys. Thank you. He, MP, Flash, and Brandy, I appreciate you guys. Snow falls for New Jersey. Yeah, Kevin, I've been doing that a lot this stream, but I can go back and show you again. I swear, I get a lot of people in here in New Jersey. New Jersey may get shafted on snowfall more than anyone else. So they're like, nah, I need to know. I need to know. One second here. GPT and Brandy, I appreciate you guys. Okay, let's go through this super quickly. What are our latest totals looking like? Here's your GFS. Just so if you guys want to see this up in the Northeast, it's hard to answer everyone's questions, so I'll fly through kind of our latest model runs, but I'll show you what I think is most likely to happen. Here's your GFS. You can see kind of the 1 to 3. I don't know if you can see that on your screen or if you can zoom in, but that's what's going on there. With our Euro, this is an 18Z. This is probably going to get updated, but we do see some decent totals with our Euro. Obviously, we're seeing a widespread 3 to 5 up and down the region. The Euro is our best snow model here. Still likes 2 to 3 in southern Jersey. So I'm not believing fully the HRRR yet. Not fully. And then we're going to go into we're not going to really care about the Canadian, but we can, I mean, I could show you the Canadian, but the Canadian's doing wild stuff, you know? I doubt we're not going to see any snow through this entire region. The Canadian's the only one who sees it. What's really important to look at here is our national blend of models. And our national blend of models, don't look at the totals because it's accounting for some models that don't show snow. Look at where the snow falls on the national blend. Really, it does fall for an inch right there. It wants to leave out the southeastern tip of New Jersey, but it still has a lot of model runs that put snow through there. So is this our latest? This is our latest. Southeast, I think I showed you guys this earlier. Southeast, you know, this is National Blend of Models is a really conservative model. This is still the corridor it likes snowing. The best chance anyone in there still, it has pretty high confidence for you guys. Atlanta, Charlotte, really, really close in there. So we'll see how this moves forward with this Euro. If this Euro shifts north at all in this next update, you can bet it'll shift north again in the 12Z. Never just does one shift. It always does two, like almost every time. What makes this different from a nor'easter and why doesn't it become stronger? World Zero Guide. Good question. It just doesn't have enough time. It doesn't have enough time. I'll show you. Let's go. This is the best way to show you. It doesn't have enough time to really get that low to deepen. If it did, this would be a big nor'easter. If it had it coming. Here's our trough digging right here. Here it is. It's the main area of the trough's kind of digging into, you know, North Dakota, Minnesota. As soon as this thing gets to the south and starts to get the opportunity to tilt, it's almost off the coast. So we'll start to see this negatively tilt. Here comes our kind of negative tilt in the trough. You can actually see a little bit of a notch there. But by that time, when it just starts to strengthen right here, it's moving out. If this system had have entered a little bit farther out here like this, it would have been really, I mean, it would need to be a little bit more amplified. It probably would have tilted, but it would have actually left all the coastal snow out. You really need, for a nor'easter, you want it to be farther out west and be a super amplified trough. So these big nor'easters will dig, pull all this Gulf moisture and warm air to help bomb that low out and then cut up the coast. What's happening with this is like what looks like it wants to be an Ohio Valley Clipper, and then it starts to tilt. But when it starts to really get most of its energy and really, really deepen that low pressure, it's just too little too late. Here's where it really starts to bomb out, and then it starts to strengthen, and it's out of our hair as soon as it really starts to strengthen. The Canadian and GFS have this thing, though. The GFS, this is a pretty strong low here. Not a super strong nor'easter, but you can see on the European, look how flat this model is. I mean, this is kind of weak sauce. Not having the time or the intensity of the negative tilt. It's just too weak. We would want this to move in like this. Here's number one, bad for nor'easter. Here's number two, good for nor'easter. This is my face when this one happens. This is my face when this one happens. Pam, I appreciate you. Do you think probably North Carolina will get a decent snow from the Wednesday system? It's still very possible. That's what I'll tell you. Still very possible, especially with our GFS remaining north on the 00Z. Grayson, I appreciate it. Any chances for Savannah? Yes. I mean, Savannah is, I think most models still like snow in Savannah. This latest GFS wants ice and mixing. The latest Euro still wants snow in Savannah, though. So until I see the 00Z, if the 00Z really shifts north, Savannah's probably going to end up seeing rainfall. That 00Z from the Euro tonight is going to start coming out at around 12:20. Thank you for the follows and subs, guys. All right, I do want to get into sub-only chat on TikTok for a little bit here. It might be my last sub-only chat ever. I don't know. Hold up real quick. Grayson, I appreciate you. Asagrimwoten. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I appreciate you, Grayson and Rachel. Guys, to anyone, like I said, I'd really want to go into, I'm going to go into a sub-only chat on YouTube for a little bit here. It's not going to be, I mean, I'm going to go to a sub-only chat live, but you can still see it on TikTok. I'm going to do that for about 15, 20 minutes to answer my subs questions. There was just a statement released, like CNN, Newsweek, and other people reported it, that TikTok said if the Biden administration doesn't act, basically within the next 12 to 18 hours, TikTok's going black. That's the words of TikTok in the U.S. Tomorrow at midnight. I was under the impression, and so were a lot of people, that the Biden admin already said that they would not enforce the law. Apparently they haven't yet, and TikTok's saying, hey, you need to tell us right now or else we're blacking out in the U.S. Anyways, I'm over on YouTube. Again, I don't want to beg for subs over there, but I'm probably about to lose a lot. If you want to throw me a sub on there, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to, but we'll see what happens. I still think there's hope. I still think it's not guaranteed. So, cross your fingers, knock on wood. I appreciate everyone in here. Thank you for being in here. Thank you guys for engaging. I usually do want to do like 3-hour streams. This week and next week is just crazy busy for me. Once I get into the end of January through February, March, my schedule really clears up. I have basically 2 full-time jobs. So I will be doing much longer streams. But regardless of anything that happens to TikTok, if it does go away, I'll be doing all this still full-time over on YouTube. I appreciate all of you, and maybe I'll see some of you over in the sub-only chat live on TikTok here in a second. And again, I will release another video with all of these updates tomorrow. To anyone who's new in here, I post updates every single day. I go live every single day with this stuff. So I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time or in a little bit. See you guys.